Good morning. Hello. Happy Tuesday. How are you all doing today? We are going to be continuing on with the Docker course. And if I remember correctly, we're going to be working on reviewing the articles and recording videos for them. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So let's go ahead and get ourselves set up here. Albert, hello. How are you doing today? So we got our Docker course. We've got all of these lovely articles. Uh, Right. So last time I reset everything, so we can now do check marks when we review them. And what do we want? How do we want to do for videos type? We put the videos inside of the course. That's that. I need to record them first, and then I upload them. Then I put the videos in. Yeah, so that's gonna be a thing. You're feeling light. You just spent €250 for a 2 terabyte SSD in your laptop. I mean, that's pretty good, right? And 2 terabytes is always really nice to have. So, uh, yeah, like if you haven't had like that much space before, it's pretty freeing. You can basically just do whatever you want. And I'd actually just started feeling space on the primary SSD that I have on my desktop, but I have a secondary disk drive that so far I haven't had to delete anything on there, but I'll probably get to that. I'll probably be getting that soon. Okay, you had 1 terabyte before, and you now have so it's an extra one, so you have two disks. Oh, that's even nicer. I really do enjoy having a secondary disk drive that I can fill up because having having a second disk drive is really nice simply because you don't want if you fill up the primary one that your like operating system is on, everything starts breaking, right? Like whatever the version of like swap you have, wherever memory is going, wherever your virtual memory is, what swap, whatever that is gonna cause problems if it fills up. But having a second drive fixes that entirely. Next upgrade will be RAM. 16 gigabytes is not enough. Yeah, I'm right there with you. I tend to max out memory. Uh, for a lot of notebooks these days, they solder the memory into the motherboard, and it makes it really hard to upgrade. If at all, like usually you have to go with like external memory, which is not cool. That doesn't work very well. I do know some people that have used external video cards with external video card memory, and that seems to actually work out pretty well. They're able to play some interesting advanced games on really tiny basic computers. So I guess like the use cases are the most important, right? All right. So today, this is what we're going to be working on. We're going to be working on reading through the articles that we have, and then we're going to switch over and record a video on it. And we're going to create I guess, I don't really know what else there is to talk about it. We'll record the videos. I'll rename them on the Windows side because that's where they get recorded, and then we go from there. I'm already recording, so I guess I don't want to necessarily lose the recording. So what I probably need to do is just mark them. So I basically just do the thing. This will be the first time that I'm going to be like extracting these recordings from the videos, from the VODs essentially. But I am recording the VODs at what I'm trying to do is like lossless, not lossless. What am I recording at? You can put up to 64 gigabytes and use this laptop for dev mainly. I mean, for me, I like to go maximum memory. That's just me though. And I have some extra use cases, right? I am editing some videos. I am going live sometimes. Like this MacBook Pro I got because I also can go live from it and stream. So having some extra stuff is really nice. It also has an RTX 4050. Oh, the RAM is upgradable. That's really nice. Yeah, so I personally like to max out with memory whenever possible. And that's the combination old sysadmin in me and the person who just does a lot of stuff. Like I like to have a lot of things open. But okay, let's see. Where are your settings for recording? So in my recording, I am recording quality is indistinguishable quality, large file size. I do have simple output mode though, so I don't really know what that means. Everything else should be perfectly fine. It's audio track 2, which I believe I hope my voice has been going on track 2. Otherwise, all the VODs are going to be useless. Let's see. Yeti mic is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All of them get the mic. Okay, cool. Hugh, hello. How are you doing today? RAM is upgradable, so not a Mac, not a Dell, not a ThinkPad, right? Like all of those are not upgradable anymore. Like all the major brands have switched over to the exact same system. A Creator laptop. Now the Framework laptop, well, I think it depends, right? Like the ones I've had recently, you couldn't really upgrade them, right? Or maybe am I thinking about the what's the one that everybody loves these days? It's not the Pro model. It's the Air killer. It's like their version of the Air. That's the only Dells that I've really liked. And they're now the same price as the MacBooks too. Oh, I forget what their name is. What the model is. But those ones I'm pretty sure you can't upgrade the memory on. And I also had another one, a Pro one, in the past, and it couldn't upgrade the memory either. They had soldered it on to the board, which was the same thing that Macs do. I mean, it's something that we see all the time, right? Is like Apple does something and then everyone else starts following it. Everybody makes fun of Apple for doing it, and then everybody else quietly starts doing the same thing because there was a reason why Apple had done it. I always find that that's really hilarious. And isn't that's really the reason why Framework is so popular right now? I guess so popular is maybe a questionable thing. Let me see. Why did that catch you by the mod? Huh. AutoMod caught that for some reason. I don't. Oh, because Dell support. It's Dell.com is perfectly fine. It's so it's Nightbot is the moderator, and I have links turned off because we've had some people come in here and put links to extremely bad places. And so it auto deletes the message, but it lets me know about what it is so I can still read it. So I can go in and where's the spam protection options here? Adele.com is fine. So I'll enable that domain. And then there is a link in that quote. Go to dell.com/support. So here's here is what. Wait, can I not? Okay, there it is. Here is the quote that Hugh tried to put in. So I have the last Mac I'm going to have for the last time, so I don't exactly care what the answer is, but can I add more memory to my Dell laptop? Go to dell.com/support, identify your Dell computer, and continue to purchase the memory. Okay, so, oh, XPS. It was the XPS, I think, that you can't do it. Which is also the notebook that the most people that I know who have had them like it the most. So I don't think all of them support it, but I think some of them do. All right, so all right, let's go through this. So first of all, the way I like to do this is we're going to review the article, just reread it, make sure that there's nothing that we need to change. Also, I want to run the, yes, before I do anything here. Buffer close you. Let's, sure, go ahead and run. Macs with the new MX chips are really nice. A few years back, though, they did not actually work with Docker. Yeah, so what happened was they updated, and then Docker was forced to run in Rosetta mode, which basically is it's pretending it's virtualizing. It's like a virtual machine behind the scenes that's running Intel on the MX. This is the exact same thing that happened when they switched to Intel from PPC too. And they Docker didn't really work. And so at the beginning it didn't work at all. And then eventually it worked, but it was extremely slow. And then eventually Docker was like, okay, I guess we need to figure this out, and then made it work fast. But yeah, I do remember the initial ones were like, and I waited for a long time to get the Mac to make sure that it worked with that kind of stuff. All right, what did I do for my my spell check? It's iSpell, something like that. Yeah, iSpell. Okay, so if I do iSpell, yeah, it was a problem for the first year, 2 years or so. Okay, so whenever a word is found as a dictionary, blah blah blah. Okay, so I want to. Okay, so we have our commands. Oh, but this, I should be able to tell it to replace without creating the backup, I think. Because I have GitHub. That's my backup. I like how they're like, here, common flags, but like none of that really helps me. I need to see the help here. Wait, these are just the commands inside of the. Oh, if the dash M switch is specified, a one-line mini menu at the bottom of the screen will summarize these options. Okay, nice. So dash M. If the L flag is given, the specified number is used as the number of line. Okay, I don't think I need that. Yeah, so first I'm gonna do is, so we previously in previous streams we wrote all these articles, right? So now what I want to do is spell check the articles, make sure that they're, you know, they're good, because I did write them in Helix, which doesn't have a spell check built in, and then we're going to reread them, make sure that they're good, and then we record a video on it. And so we've done this in the past, like for a few different times. It's good. And let's see, I don't think, yeah, okay. Delete the backup file after spell checking is finished. So I can do a dash X. So I want the dash M and the dash X. And that's it. Okay. So we're going to do ispell dash M dash X. We're going to do, we're in the Docker for web development. This is the installing Docker. All right. So first, Ubuntu. Okay. So I don't care about that one. So I want to either accept it. I don't want to replace the word. Accept the word, this time only a space. Oh, so this is probably, put it in my private dictionary, so capital I. And that's accept it. Okay, so no real spelling mistakes. So we're good to go. So over here, I want to go to definition, and we'll read through this real quickly. Installing Docker. Docker is easy to set up and install on our computers. If you have a Mac or Windows system, then follow the instructions at the Docker getting started. So if I verify that this is going to where we think it's going, okay, it is. If you have a Linux system, you can just install the Docker engine without Docker Desktop directly. Here are the instructions for installing Docker engine on Ubuntu. Okay. There are also instructions for other Linux repos like Debian and Red Hat. Once you have Docker installed, you can check to make sure that it is running with the command docker image. If you have an error like cannot connect to the Docker daemon at Unix users Berserker, blah, 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 is, yeah, okay, so this is where it ends. I don't want that new line there. This is all one line. Okay, that's good. Then Docker is not running yet. Make sure that Docker is set up and running before continuing on. If you get output that looks like this, then Docker is up and running on your system. Okay, so that's good. So now I already have this installed, so there's not really much for, like, I can't really install it again, but I think we'll just go through it and like, hey, this is where it is. So what does that mean for us? I want to, let me bring up all of the things. And I want, do I want like a start, like a window or something? I'll probably put that on like we'll have like a getting started something, and then I will, we'll go to here, getting started with Docker. We'll make sure, okay, you can download for the Apple chip, or and then if it doesn't auto detect, okay. And then I will want, do I want to use Alacrity for that? Probably not. I think that that's going to cause more confusion. How about my iTerm? Okay, I think this is going to be good. It'll be nice and simple. And we can do Docker images. And we have a ton of images. Okay, I am going to want to just delete all of these. How about Docker? Yes. Okay, you're part of, oh, you're part of that Docker Express CRUD stuff. Okay, so you're down. That means I can do a Docker remove Docker PSQA. Oh, that was the only thing left, I guess. Okay, that's good. We can do Docker RMI. Docker images, Q. Delete all of those. Okay. What do we have here? Docker RMI. Okay, these are based upon the same ones. That's the problem. So we'll start with Express CRUD, not dive. Latest. Oh, now it's Dive Express. Oh, because you don't. Oh, weird. Because you don't have a. Okay, so I have to do testing. Then you just have this one. And we'll use the image ID. Okay. Now we'll actually see this. Excellent. All right, so things for this, we're just going to talk about where to go to get Docker, to install it, to make sure that you want to install it for the right chip that you have. And then also that's on if you're on Mac or Linux. And then if you're on Windows, you get it from here. Okay. This is going to be a fairly I should put in objectives. Those would be nice. Objectives. At the end this lesson will be able to install Docker on your computer. I mean, that's pretty much it. Okay. All right, so I have that set up. So here we go. We'll start with Docker's homepage for this. And we'll be good to go. So, right, I'm already recording a video. So now it's really just, how do I want to notify myself that this is like the point where something starts? I don't have like a bell. That would be really cool if I could, if I have like a high pitched thing. I know that Dan Schiffman, does he still do that on Coding Train? The bell. I know that like for the longest time he did that both for fun, but also because it made it easy to find where edit points were. And I do not have a bell. So, and I don't want to scratch the microphone because even though that works, that will not be fun for all of you. So I guess I'll just have to find it, and we'll go from there. Or I download and open installing Docker. Elgato has a bell sound. Does Elgato have I don't have a button for that. Oh, but I could have a Stream Deck button. Hold on. Maybe I can do that. Stream Deck. Oftentimes when I attempt to like add something in, it like just things don't work. Okay, soundboard. Play audio. Title, bell. Oh, is Elgato Stream Deck? Oh, it is. It has the same logo. I just see Stream Deck. I don't see Elgato Stream Deck, so that makes sense. All right. I need to rename you to be Bell. Oh, it needs a file. Oh, I have to go to the marketplace. What is wrong with you? Mouse first, mobile later. Experience the best of marketplace from your computer, not your mobile device, when I'm literally on my computer. It puts that up because I had the window too small. Oh, that's fun. Okay, do we have like a bell? Or a ding? No ding. How about bell? Sound effects. Let's see, we have bell ding resonate. That's pretty short. All right, I'm gonna try playing this, but I have no idea how loud this is gonna be, and I can't make this smaller. Oh, wait, now I can, kind of. All right, so I hope this is not too loud for everybody. We're gonna try it right now. That wasn't, oh, that was really quiet. I could hear it fine, but desktop audio, I think it was, I have to make that louder. Hold on, let me try it again. Oh, that was way too loud. Okay, I think that's about the same sound as my voice right now. So sorry about blasting your ears out for a second. Now let's see, how do I add that in? Oh, I have to log in to check out. Okay, that's Huh, do I even have an account? I don't know if I have an account with Elgato. I don't have an account. Okay. Well, I I won't be able to do that right now because that will just take too long to set up. So that's out. I'll just have to find it. It'll be fine. Okay. I'm gonna have to I'll have to re-watch these. I'll label them properly. So that'll be good enough for this. I can also see like the timestamp for this, so maybe I can write those down too. That could be smart. Need something for that. Okay. Either way, let's do this. So, number 1. All right. Oh, I know. I can use Canva. To continue another way. Can I just log in with email, please? Oh, that you sent to my, okay, you sent that to my email. Okay. Canva is pretty cool. I've been playing around with it to make some fun stuff. Let me see. Can I create new design? I want to create a sure, YouTube thumbnail would be good for this. Thumbnail? Possibly. And then can I just have this full screen? Now, can I have this blocked out? Nope, do not. Can I move to a new window altogether? Yes. All right, so I want to put in something like we have Docker. Where's my uploads? Aren't there supposed to be? Oh, there, uploads. Oh, and I can go back to. So we have Docker. And then yeah, some kind of title, Docker tutorial. So like, introduction to Docker. Something like that. And then we'll have down here another one, which is maybe a subtitle, which can be our installing Docker. There's like the bottom thing for this right there. I wish I could like tell it to go halfway through. That'll be fine. Okay, I think this works as a title. Can I make you full screen? Yeah, I could do that. And then we'll switch over to you. Oh, and you're like that. Okay, cool. So I think this will work. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with this. And oh, right, the other thing that I like to do is turn off where's the Twitch alerts. We're gonna turn off Twitch alerts, and then that should make it so that way I'm no longer getting audio from any alerts that come in. And we're gonna turn on Nightbot, the timer that I'm recording video. Okay, so I think now I'm ready to go. All right, let us do this. All right, so we'll start off, and then that was the wrong window. I guess I need my mouse over here when I do this. All right. Welcome to the Introduction to Docker course. In this first lesson, we're going to be going over installing Docker, well, on your computer. And there's a couple ways for us to do this. First off, if you have a Windows or a Mac system, we're going to have to go with Docker Desktop. And to find that, we can go to Get Started. And it should auto detect what operating system we're on and then offer up the download for that specific operating system. So for example, I'm on one of the fancy new Apple computers with the Apple chips. And so it wants me to download that, which is, well, correct for me. But if you have a different system, they do have the other downloads for you here available. So for example, the Mac Intel chip or a Windows computer. Now, if you're on Linux, you can download Docker Desktop here, but it's not necessary because it is also possible for you to go to docs.docker.com and find the, manuals, Docker engine, install, and then choose your flavor of Linux and then follow the instructions here. And this way you're able to install the Docker engine itself. Now, the difference between Docker engine and then Docker Desktop is that with engine, you just get Docker, and it's also going to be the native Docker. Now, I believe that Docker Desktop is going to be the native Docker on Linux too, but you also have, well, the entire sort of desktop application. And you may want that, but I found that I rarely use it, especially on Linux systems. So if you are on a Linux system, this is definitely an option for you to check out. Plus, this is how to get it installed on the other operating systems as well, not just Ubuntu. Now, once we have it installed, then we're going to come over to our terminal here, and just to make sure that it is running, we're going to run Docker images. And we should get this output here to show us, okay, repository tag, image ID, created, and size. And in this case, that's, well, we don't have any Docker images yet. We're just getting started. And that's what we've got here. If you have Docker Desktop, for example, on a Mac, I have this little Docker icon. There's a little leaf in front of it to sort of hide it a little bit. But you should, on your Windows system, it will be down the hidden little start menu thing. You should find it somewhere down there. In the case that it's not running, you'll have to go and launch Docker Desktop. And then in Linux systems, you'll have to make the installer should handle it starting automatically, but you could also just run the Docker engine manually too from there. And then that's it. Now Docker's installed and we're ready to go with the rest of the course. Thank you for watching. Bye. All right. I don't know how long I need to hold the bye for, but I think we're good there. So next up. Is oh, you know what? I could put in the relative time zone too, timestamp. That was around 46:31 that we finished. So let's like put it up, say like 42 or so. I don't think that was very. I'll do 46 at the end. Do you have intro and outro part plans? No, I don't. I don't have intro and outro part plans. Yeah, I know that I could set up that kind of stuff. I am not very good at like planning those type of things out. I need to figure out like what that would be. Sometimes I wonder if I should get a second Stream Deck and then attach, because I can't have the same Stream Deck attached to 2 different computers. Because that would be cool if I could say, okay, Stream Deck for Windows does that thing. Oh, we could put something in OBS. That would be interesting. But because it's a separate computer, that's its own thing. I might just cut off the title screen anyways, and then just use that same thumbnail in there. I'm not sure exactly what I would put that for. But okay, this was like what, 46, 0, I think. We can do that. Okay. Next up, running your first container. Just want to do our iSpell. The -m I think is what we normally have anyways. So I just want the -x. And this is now going to be okay. Great. So Docker, Ubuntu, so that's fine. What's the one for accept this word this time only? Oh, and A is for the rest of this session. Okay, got it. So interesting. It was kind of surprising it's not suggesting that this be like VIM capitalized like that. I wish I could change this. I don't think I can. Okay, I think that's fine though. All right, running your first Docker container. So all right, by the end of this lesson, you will be able to what do we do here? Let's add in content. Great, we have Docker set up and running in our system. Let's go ahead and use it to run an Ubuntu container on our computer. It doesn't matter what computer we're running, we can run Ubuntu on it. Perfect, so run an Ubuntu, or create an, okay. Create run docker run -it ubuntu command to get started. Okay, now we verified all of this by copying them directly in from the terminals. We know that this works. I'm mostly looking at formatting stuff here. After pulling down the Ubuntu image, we're dropped into an Ubuntu interactive shell. Ubuntu is a popular Linux distro, and that goes to Wikipedia Linux distribution, so what that is. And we are now running it inside of our own system, regardless of what operating system we're currently using. If you're familiar with Linux, you can poke around using commands like ls and cd. Please note that this is a bare bones version of Ubuntu. Many commands are not included, like vim or even nano. So I believe vim is technically capitalized like that, and nano is capitalized like that if I'm not going to wrap it in a single quotes, or whatever those quotes are, the backticks. When you're finished poking around, you can exit the container with the command exit. This will drop you back into your normal shell on your system. Okay, so now I have that. We run u and then exit. Good. Congratulations, you have now run your first Docker container on your computer. So yeah, that's pretty much it. We're gonna create a Docker container running Ubuntu. Oh, and I want to create a Docker container. Okay, so we can start here for that. For you, we want to duplicate you, and now you're going to be, what are you? You are running your first okay. And then over here we have just you. I'll reset. All right. We are ready to go. So number 2. Come on, go away. Go away. I guess, oh, no, there it goes. My mouse finally disappeared. All right. All right, since we now have Docker installed, let's go ahead and run our first Docker container on our system. And in this case, now I'm on a Mac, which is running obviously Apple hardware. Let's go ahead and run an Ubuntu operating system on our computer using Docker. And we can do this really easily and fairly quickly. We're going to use the command docker run -it. And this stands for interactive and terminal. Basically, it's going to allow us to connect to the terminal, connect our terminal to this container. And just do Ubuntu, and that's it. This is the command we're going to run. Now, when I hit return, it's going to tell us, okay, we don't know what, we don't have Ubuntu locally, so we're going to have to download it. It's going to download it from a repository. This is very similar to like GitHub, but for entire Docker images. And you'll notice that our shell has changed. We're now in this root 4E95. It sort of like looks like a hash of some kind. That's kind of exactly what it is. We're now inside of Ubuntu. If I were to try to use one of the commands that I normally have access to, like I have an alias LL for an ls-al, Oh, I guess this works because it's in Ubuntu here. But this is not my home directory. This is not what I'm used to looking at. And in fact, if we see, yeah, there's a home here, Mac users, we have /users. My home directory, I'm currently logged in as root. I definitely was not logged in as root beforehand. So we are inside of an Ubuntu operating system, essentially. Now, we can play around with this using all the normal commands that we're used to with Linux, if you're familiar with that. But some commands won't be here. Like this is a very stripped down version to try to save some space. So if we were to look for like Vim or something, that's not here. So when we're done looking around and we want to exit out, we can just type exit and we're back into our shell again. And that's it. That is running our first container and having everything set up for us automatically by Docker. Anyways, hopefully this was helpful. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Bye. All right. That's that. Have I thought about getting a prompter? So I've been hearing about this. I've actually seen like a lot of things about the prompters. Is that Ilon? Let me take a look at that. Like somebody was suggesting to like Scott Tlinsky to get a prompter. Where would I put it? But yeah, let me take a look at this. So it's Amazon.com. Also, we have a break coming up in 5 minutes. So I'll probably go up and see if maybe we can find Zilby in that time. Let's see. I am not logged in. That's good. Let's see. I want prompter 12-inch. Oh, so yeah, these things. Oh yeah, because the camera can go behind it. Now, right now I just have like a Logitech webcam. Would I have to also get one of these cams? That would be pretty cool though. What's the refresh rate on them? Could it like actually do programming stuff on it? Or is it only oh, that's cool. Like a little teleprompter that goes up there. Oh, I would lose like this. They do look, some of these look actually pretty cool. I would, oh, if I have another desk next to me. If I were to switch that to that desk and maybe like instead of my normal stream area, have it where like I have my laptop down, we're doing that could be interesting. I could just buy the glass on its own. And then just put this in front of my monitor? That would be cool too, but you might see it because it's too far away from the camera. Like isn't the entire way that this works is because there's like a dark box behind it? It needs to have no light back there. These could be really fun to do. I am gonna put it onto a list to try out. Yeah, I need the thing to be dark. Okay, that sort of makes sense, right? Because otherwise it would become a mirror and then the camera would be watching itself instead of me. All right, I'm gonna I'll leave that over here though. I'll probably have to take that off eventually. But yeah, that seems like it would be pretty cool. Oh, this thing behind me? The headrest for my chair? Yeah. Okay, so this one's done. Oh, I forgot to look at the timestamp of when we got it done. So this was before, significantly before. Actually, now it's 010139. Okay. List Docker images. Oh, and the ads are going to start in 30 seconds. So what I'll probably do is go take a break, get another drink, because this one's done. We can try to find Zilby too, but he won't be on the screen for very much during, well, the recordings, essentially. Ooh, okay, so you don't want that. Okay, so that's 3. Oh, and that's good. Okay. Shandan, hello. How are you doing today? You're not understanding CORM? Which part about it don't you understand? I know it's pretty complicated. There's a lot of interesting things. An ad break just started on Twitch for 3 minutes. Shandan, if you ask your question, I'm gonna go grab a drink really quickly. I'll be right back, but I'll answer it as soon as I get back. If you have it down. So I will see you very shortly.